Good morning. It's 7:13. I guess I should have waited till 7:14. Not that that would mean anything to most of my viewers, but a few of them might have picked up on something peculiar about the 7:14 and being so slow first thing in the morning. It is time once again for It Was the News, and I'm turning that over to my illustrious and intelligent little friend, Miss Susie Smart. I'm still looking for her original theme song. I found one copy, but it is not very legible, so no point in playing it if you can't really understand it. We've got Mr. Nightbot all tuned up in case we need to pick 3 or 4 more folks to play in the cats and dogs contest to get everyone registered to win the prizes being given away on April the 12th, I believe it is. My routine has been a little bit askew this morning because when I got up to make my vitamin drink, I discovered I did not have the appropriate amount of Sunny D. Make my vitamin drink. Shut up. I don't know why I even need to run that, but I guess it's mostly so I can make sure I'm not lagging too bad. Get over here, get on live chitty chat chit, and get that turned on, and I think we're ready to go if we just have some people that actually got up at 7:15 in the morning. I'm on a little earlier than usual. Usually I do about 8 a.m., but I got a busy day today. I gotta go down to the bank. I haven't heard back from my lady at the bank, but I placed an order for a box of pennies and a box of nickels, which I hope will be there. And then I have to go down to the car wash. First of all, I got to clean my car out. It is just horrible. But also, I got to get us some car wash quarters to see if we can work on these books. So there's a lot of stuff happening today. I have another show, the regular Lodo coin collecting show, back at 5. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, my new committee of people that they're assembling down at my insurance company have to get with my doctors because by the end of this day, my medications are going to run out and they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do. So, it's going to be a busy day over here at the newsroom. Yesterday morning, I was very briefly on Florida Thunder Digging with Rob's channel, and mention was made of the show that I'm doing here with the news about coin collecting and metal detecting. And while Rob seemed to be enthusiastic about finding the information on the coins, he did make the comment that he didn't feel that I would be able to find much about metal detecting history. So that's going to kind of be my challenge over the next week. Today being that it is my normal Monday coinage show, I'm mostly sticking with coin stories, but I do have one that is a detecting one. And excuse me while I correct a kitty man. M3, no. Get down from there now. Thank you very much. Good morning, Pro Metal Detector. And the other three of you who are hiding from the Nightbot by not posting anything. Bear in mind, my Nightbot is going to be the one selecting the qualifiers for the giveaway later. So if you don't comment and he doesn't see you, you have no chance to win the prizes. So anyway, I do have one metal detecting story, and I have mentioned this story before last year. Good morning, Les Likes Coins. Pull up your coffee cup or your beverage of choice. We're going to slip into some news articles here. So I have one metal detecting article. I'm going to hold on to it until after I do a coin one. But the one that I have mentioned last year briefly, but I found a much better article about it. So we will be hitting on that. But right now, we're just going to start out with some information about coins. I didn't get too crazy on today's because I knew I had a lot of things to do. And I am still compiling my big article on how money is used to influence war efforts. And some of those stories are pretty interesting. So today, because it's Monday and I have a lot to do, going a little bit light on my stuff. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had our coffee, so it is kind of hard sometimes to grasp some of the stuff when you have not even had coffee yet. But I thought this one was kind of interesting. And this is a metal detecting story, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's from 1941. I don't think I've done this one yet. Just to kind of let it be known that I can indeed find historical stories about metal detecting. Guess we'll have to get Mr. Florida Thunder over here to chomp on some crow. I like Rob. I have detected with Rob before, so that's why I thought it was so funny. He should know. Don't tell me I can't do something, because I'll figure out a way to get it done. But anyway, we're going to start with a metal detecting story. There's the Lucky James Eller hiding because of playing my game. Okay. And so let me see if I got this up on the screen. I always try to get them up on the screen where y'all can see that I'm not making this stuff up. This came from the Lebanon Daily News of Lebanon, Pennsylvania in February of 1941. And apparently we had some very ingenious thieves. Thought they were going to get away with something, but it didn't quite work out for them. I'm missing the first part of this one. That's why I didn't do this one yesterday, because I couldn't find the first part. So I'm just going to give you the rough go of the first part if I can't find it. Basically what happened was these guys up in Pennsylvania went out and stole like 12 safes. And they would steal one each night and drag them off to different places, and sometimes they couldn't get them open. Once they stole them, they couldn't get them open. So they're not. I'll try to find the first part of the article, but basically what happened is the earliest action of the gang so far uncovered seems to have been in stores in the Sharon Farrell district. From that beginning, the gunman kept one jump ahead of police by striking in one county one night and another the next. Jewelry and chain stores and offices of express, railroad, and telegraph companies were victimized. Park did not estimate the total loot, but said each job yielded from $25 to $1,000. Now, this is 1941, so that's a pretty good haul these guys are making. When safes could not be opened on the spot, they were carried away to the ring's hideout. Detectives recovered one safe by using a newly patented metal detector designed to help gas companies locate buried pipelines. At Murraysville, Pennsylvania, the instrument's compass pointed out the safe buried in an abandoned coal mining tract under 2 tons of rock and dirt. Several arsenals of loaded pistols and revolvers were found where the ring had cached them in Pittsburgh and environs. One gun had been stolen from a state policeman's car in Indiana, Pennsylvania last May. Investigators expressed belief some of the loot was hidden too. So, way back in 1941, these guys were burying safes, and the cops figured out to use the newly developed metal detector to go back out and find these safes where these guys were burying them. So clearly there were more uses for them than our idea of treasure hunting. And if you go back and look at some of the other articles I've already done about metal detectors, it appears that the early ones were used to locate pieces of metal in lumber, because if you hit a nail or a spike or whatever with your saw, you were going to ruin a very expensive piece of equipment. I have also found World War II references to using metal detectors to find shrapnel in the human body, which I wish they had done with my father, because my father had so much shrapnel in his body that they couldn't remove it all. And you could actually see the pieces of metal under his skin. And periodically they would work their way out, and my dad would have to go and have a couple of them surgically removed. It was crazy. But, oh, good morning, Werner. I don't think it's morning where you are, but good day, Werner, my wonderful friend in Germany. So that was my first news. I wish I could have found the other half of that article. I don't know how I misplaced it, but I did. Who was it said, tried to go metal detecting, but got a very bad headache from neck pain. I had a little trouble yesterday detecting too. I've got one of those little wrap things that I put around my neck sometimes. You know, like you get down at the pharmacy that just give you a little neck strength. If the weather's not too hot, I can wear that, and that, I find that to be helpful. But my trouble with detecting yesterday, listen to what this dum-dum did. I thought I had everything ready to go. And I'm going to do a whole video about this, because I did the absolute dum-dum. I was not ready at all. But I sure thought I was. I planned all week to go detecting yesterday because I found this new spot that I wanted to try out. Looked very promising, so I loaded my stuff in the car and I got down there. I did not have any batteries for my GoPro except the dead one that was in it and my spare GoPro, which I don't even have set up, so I have no idea what kind of footage I was shooting with that bad boy. Anyway, no batteries. Then I don't have my headphones, which because of my hearing issue that I'm having right now, I need my headphones. So I didn't have those. Then I turn on my detector only to find that I have not charged my detector and I have one little bar of power. Then I forgot my new digging tool. I forgot the new battery for my pinpointer. I had on a pair of shoes that were totally inappropriate for where I was. My equipment was dirty. It wasn't working. I completely blew this whole trip. I know better. So one of the next videos I make is going to be getting your things ready to go and making sure that you actually have all the tools that you need. And then I get out there, right, and I get this great signal. It sounded like a 50-cent piece. Now, I normally don't find too many 50-cent pieces, but I mean, this thing was, it was a great signal. Because of my disabilities, I don't usually get down on the ground. Well, Dummy McDumb here, I want this signal. Whatever it is, I'm going to get it because, by golly, I have messed up everything else all day. So I get down there on the ground, and I'm a-digging, and I'm a-digging, and I'm a-digging, and I'm a-digging. And I ended up with a nail and a tent stake. But I also ended up with, I can't get my fat butt up off the ground. So I'm laying on the ground between a set of bleachers and some tennis courts. Now, when I got there, there wasn't anybody at this facility, but a family came up, mother, daughter, and daddy. Daughter is about 7, and they're trying to teach this child to play tennis. I don't think the child had the remotest interest in playing tennis. She had a kite she wanted to fly. But I really just wanted to say something to these people. There's a 68-year-old lady lying on the ground, obviously struggling for over 15 minutes trying to get up. And instead of saying, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you need some assistance?" they're teaching their child to laugh at this situation. What is wrong with people? I did finally manage to get myself up on my own. And I found, before I pooped out equipment-wise, I did find probably $2 or $3 in Clad. And I was encouraged to buy it because they were older coins. They weren't, yes, they were still Clad, but they weren't like 2000 type things. They were, you know, like 71 pennies and 65 nickels, and you know, so I was getting into the range where silver could possibly start showing up, at which point my detector died. So it was time for me to come home, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go by the ice cream place. Well, it was Easter Sunday, and the ice cream place wasn't open. So that didn't work out so well either. I finally just gave up and realized I need to come home and spend a whole day getting all my stuff together. Oh, I tried to use my digging tool as a cane. I had my shovel. I had the edge of the grandstands, but what I also had was some wet, slippery grass, and I did not want to slip and fall and bust my butt. So I finally just sat there for about 15 minutes and thought it through and figured out the geometry of how it was going to work, and I got myself up. But it was just the idea that these people sat there with a small child and did not consider this an opportunity to teach their child about helping others. It was pretty crazy. But anyway, I didn't find a lot of trash, and I was encouraged by that. I mean, I got the usual chopped up can slaw, and obviously nobody cares if I detect there because the gentleman was out mowing. This is a massive park, so I've got months of months that I can detect there. So that was my current news. Now let's see what else we have in ye old regular news box that I pulled out for today. I guess there is a troll on the loose in the coin community anyway. I heard several things last night about this troll having shown up on Big Flip and Handy Andy and a couple of other channels using the last name Lee, but changing the first name to Jason and James and Hannah and different things. And I guess this person's being really nasty and really racist and just not very nice. So if they show up here, my advice is just to block that person. There's, you can hit report and you can hit block. And, because I did get a message yesterday calling me a stream tard. I don't know what is wrong with people. Okay, let's go back to the newspaper clippings and see if I can find. I saved a very simple one today because yesterday we talked about the history of the Rosie dime. So today I hope I can find the one that I just put away. See, I also have genealogy things in here for a friend of mine's family. So I have to kind of flip through all this stuff. Oh, where is it? Da-de-da-de-da. See, this is why I do this show when I'm having coffee, because that's my excuse for not being able to find things is I haven't had my coffee yet. I thought I saved it, but I don't see it. Huh. Well, let's do this one. This is kind of interesting. This is from 1964. And it's about hoarding coins. And we do seem to have a lot of people right now who are hoarding coins. At least that's what I call it. I collect coins. I try not to hoard them. I try to put them back into the circulatory spin. You see, I am also a disabled metal detector. In fact, that's what I started my channel on, was trying to get people to get up and move around, and I have met some incredible people, and I don't detect the way others do. I can't. My body won't allow it. But No, there is no way that they could not have misinterpreted uh, what was going on. I mean, I am lying on the ground. I am groaning. I am, you know, uh, no, they knew the situation. They thought it was funny. They thought it was funny. And the sad part is they're teaching their child to think that is funny. Now later on, after they had left and there were some teenagers there, I dropped some of my stuff, and one of the young men ran right over and helped me pick it all up, and was, you know, the exact opposite. So, no, these people were just, and the way the man was speaking to his daughter kind of showed me, uh, I think the child really didn't want to be a tennis player, and daddy is grooming this little girl to make him rich. And the way he talked to her was just, I didn't much care for that either. But anyway, this item is from the New York Daily News from the Manhattan Bronx section, February 9th, 1964. And it is entitled, Put Coins to Work in Shortages, U.S. Plea. Now, you know, we had this big thing last year where there was supposed to be a shortage. Well, there was supposed to be a shortage in 65. There was supposed to be a shortage in 64. Seems like there's always a shortage, which I don't get. But here we go. This was written by a gentleman named Robert McDonald, who says, anyone who saves pennies in a piggy bank or throws loose change into a jug contributes to the coin shortage in the city, says a spokesman for the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The shortage, which caused the bank to ration coins to local banks, started in 1959. It will grow, although the U.S. Mint will make 4.1 billion coins this year. The demand has forced the Mint to ask Congress for more money to work employees around the clock 7 days a week in its Philadelphia and Denver plants. The plants now run 5 days a week. The bank spokesman gave these reasons for the shortage. The nation's economic growth and population explosion put a strain on the Mint's ability to produce enough pennies and silver. The nation's population grew from 159.6 million in 1953 to 189 million in 1963. During the same decade, the Mint only increased production from 1.8 billion to 2.7 billion. This increased production was not enough to satisfy needs of the larger population. The demand for coins rose with the growth of vending machines, parking meters, branch banks, and department stores, and also the fad of coin collecting. Also, about 4.5% of coins in circulation are lost each year. 4.5% of coins in circulations are lost each year. I wonder how many percent of those 4.5% I'm finding with my metal detector. But I digress. Don't hoard, he says. But don't panic and start hoarding coins. The shortage won't close the automat, put cigarette machines out of business, or force department stores to find other ways of making change. The worst thing that could happen at this stage in the shortage, said the spokesman, is that businessmen and private citizens would start hoarding coins. Hoarding would only take more coins out of circulation, making the situation worse. Instead, banking and treasury officials and others urge anyone who saves coins in banks at home to cash them at banks and get them back into circulation. He added, the problem will not be solved until construction of new mint facilities are completed. Until then, the inadequate coin supply is likely to persist and intensify in the city in response to seasonal demands. 1964, folks. And they're saying it started in 1959. So, what do you think about that one? Hi, Marty. Yep, we're going to dig them all up, aren't we? That 4.5% of the missing coins. We're going to go dig them all up. Yeah, as long as they can afford pricing everything 99 cents, there's no reason to complain about a penny shortage. Heck, Canada doesn't even have pennies anymore. But I just find it interesting that last year people threw this giant hissy fit over the U.S. coin shortage. Yet I'm going back in these historical articles and I'm finding claims of coin shortages in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s. So the thing last year was absolutely nothing new and made much more of than I really believe existed. My personal opinion, and I have expressed that before, in regards to last year, is that they just simply did not want us to be using coins, that they wanted us to be using plastic money because they can charge fees on using all those cards, and it was generating money above and beyond the coins. I never once had any problem finding any coins. But that's just the opinion of Susie Smartass. I mean, Susie Smart. I'm going to go back and try to find my other clipping that I just don't know where it went, and I wanted to use it, so I'm going to search for it again. And while I do that, if you have not commented in the last 15 minutes on the bot, please make a comment, because I'm about ready to pick some more people to qualify for the April 12th giveaway. So while I find this article again, make sure you are signed up on there. I don't know how I lost my article. It was a very simple article, but I haven't had enough coffee yet, and my juice jar was empty this morning. So get yourself signed up. And I'll find it again. Maybe. Since I can't remember how I searched for it. Terrible. I'm just terrible that I can't find things. There we go. No. 240. I'm still here. I'm just can't figure out how come I cannot find the article I want. And we'll look at this one. This might do it. It's not the one I wanted, but it's got an interesting photograph with it. So we'll show this one, and then I'll find my real article and we'll do it again. But this one's interesting just because of the photograph involved. I had never seen this before. So everybody got your name on the bot, because the dogs and cats are dying to get out of this box. It's getting stuffy in there for them, and they want out, and they want to become a giveaway. Oh, there, I found my other article too, so I can do them both. Woohoo! Alright, let's get over here to the Nightbot. Now, something's not right here. I got 5 people in the room. Yeah, that clock is actually shaped like a guitar. I'll have to show you that clock one day. It is a bit loud. One of my old guitar teachers gave me that clock, and I have had it for many years. And yeah, it's a bit loud. Tick, 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 tick. Okay. Well, it says there are 5 people in here. However, only 3 are showing up on my Nightbot. So I'm going to reset the eligibility. And then we'll, because my Nightbot is only showing Les Likes Coins, Marty is Nuts About Digging, and Pro Metal Detector. And Elvis didn't give it to me. Actually, an absolutely wonderful gentleman who put up with some of the most horrible guitar playing in the history of the world down in Florida. A gentleman named Rudy Dulcie gave me that. I've only got 3 people on the eligible list, and I got 5 in the room. So, actually, my guitars are all in the closet right now. My arthritis is such that it's not really allowing me to play very well. I'm hoping some of this new medical stuff that they're supposed to be working with me on is going to loosen that up so I can at least play some rudimentary chords again. I never was like a real... I'm not a lead player. Well, I'll tell you that. I am not a lead player. Yeah, there are 5 in the comments, but there are only 3. Okay, there we go. That's why I didn't have the mod button on. Now there's 5. Alright. I'm a rhythm guitar player. I am not a lead player. I never was a lead player. I had no designs on being a lead player. I like being that person in the background doing the funky Steve Cropper riffs. And if you don't know who Steve Cropper is, you need to go look that guy up. When I first went in to take guitar lessons, 2 instructors came out, and one of them I actually knew from my old days around Macon, Georgia. And the other gentleman I did not know. And I was afraid if I took lessons with the guy that I knew, we would just talk about the old days, and I would never actually get any lessons done. So this second instructor, Rudy, said, "What is your goal?" And I said, my goal is to be a good solid rhythm guitar player. And he said, who are your favorite rhythm guitar players? Name 3 rhythm guitar players. So I named John Lennon, Keith Richards, and Steve Cropper. Now, most people think of all 3 of those as lead guitarists. They are not. Those are rhythm guitar players. The lead player in the Rolling Stones is not Keith Richards, it is Ron Wood. The lead player in the Beatles was not John Lennon, it was George Harrison. And the lead guitar players in all the different Stax and other Memphis backup bands were not Steve Cropper, although he is probably the best lead guitar player on the freaking planet. So as soon as I named those 3 individuals and knew that they were rhythm guitar players, the instructor Rudy said, she's mine. And I took lessons with Rudy for 2 years, and he helped me get over my stage fright enough that I was actually able to play on stage. I still cannot play and sing together, but I can do some badass, funky, chunky rhythm when I am in the mood. I am mostly a blues player, but I also like to play Tom Petty stuff and classic rock. I'm mixing the dogs and cats up a little before I put them back in the box. We're going to pick out 3 more people today to go on the list. I made a little video yesterday that shows some of the prizes that will be given away. If I actually manage to hit 800 subscribers by the time I have the contest, then we will add some more prizes. Alright, let me see. I take a quick gander here. Still have the same 5 people. And we still have 5 people on the list. So James Miller, he's out of the box already yelling, Jack! Jack! Okay, let's see. Who are we going to pick first? Les likes coins. You want a cat or a dog? For your chance to be entered to win, we have a very nice Centec digital scale. We have some silver. We have some metal detecting groovies. Okay, so what do you want? Cat or dog to get in and get your name on the entry list? Cat or dog, Les? Got to get the right critter to get qualified. Les likes dog. Okay, let's see if we got a dog coming out of this here character. Oh, looky here. Looky here. I got to get the camera. I'm not quite organized. I always forget something because that's my job. Les got a puppy dog. Les got a puppy dog. Les is in the contest on April 12th. Les likes coins. Was drawn on a 4-5. Okay, let's see if we can. Yep, a little puggy dog. That little puggy dog comes out quite a bit. I like the little puggy dog. Okay. Let's see who else. And by the way, you can win more than one drawing. I put everybody right back in the box. So you can have more than one entry. So far, I think I've got one person that has multiple entries. And if you get a joker, whether it's a dog or a cat, if you pull a joker, you automatically get 2 entries. There are 4 jokers in the box. Let's see whose turn it is next. Les, you get another chance, buddy. Your name came right back up. Pick again. Pick again. Cat or dog? They're going wild in the streets here. You want another dog or you want a cat this time? He wants another dog. All right, let's see if there's another dog in here. Oh, Les, you really got it going on this morning. Check this pooch out. That is one happy dog right there. He's going in the contest. Alrighty. Well, see, Warner, when I wanted to go take lessons, I didn't think I was going to find anybody that was going to teach me blues. Because I wanted blues. I can play folk music. I wanted blues and that kind of stuff. And so I was so happy with my teachers. I missed them. I miss playing with them. We had some pretty good. Let's hit this thing one more. Pro metal detector. Dog or kitty man? Dog or kitty man? Dog or kitty man? Pro metal detector. Are you still in the house? Well, what's happening is everybody whose name gets drawn is going on a list. On April the 12th, all of those who have gotten their name on this list are going to be eligible to win a prize pack that has all kinds of things in it. It has a silver round, it has a scale, it has some other coins. So basically you're qualifying to win a bigger prize is what's happening. But right now I'm waiting for Pro Metal Detector to tell me if he wants a dog or a cat. Now you're right here on time, Charlie. I still got an article to do, and we're still doing cats and dogs, so you're not late. I started early. Well, I don't know what to do because we seem to have lost Pro Metal Detector. So we're going to skip him for now. I'm going to pull somebody else. Good morning, Mike Wolf. We'll pull somebody else to pick dog or cat to get qualified for the April 12th contest. Charles, dog or cat? Dog or cat? If you get the right animal, you get qualified for the contest that will be giving away some good stuff on the 12th. He says a C-A-T. A C-A-T. A C-A-T. Let's see if there's a C-A-T in here with Charles' name on it. Come on. Come on. Yay! Charles gets an entry. Charles found a kitty. There he is. Cute little guy. That puts Charles on the list to have a chance to win the prize package on April the 12th. Alright. Let's do one more, and then I've got another article I want to read you. And then I've got to go find all my stuff. Pro Metal Detector, are you back now? Because we drew your name, and you didn't tell me cat or dog. So, let's see who else. Let's Lucky James Eller, are you still in the house? James Eller, cat or dog? Mr. James Eller, cat or dog? Yeah, somebody hits thumbs down on me all the time. Okay, James wants a kitty cat. Let's see if we can get him one out of here. Whoa! Something just jumped out of the box, landed on the floor, said, "Let me out, let me out." And you know what it was? It was, in fact, James Eller's kitty cat. If I can, there it is. So James Eller has gotten an entry this morning as well. Now, anytime you see me online, it doesn't have to be this show, it can be any of my shows. Between now and April the 12th, if you see me online, you want to get in here because we're going to be doing cats and dogs and getting people signed up to win some prizes. Because what I'm going to do is, instead of sending out a whole bunch of packages all over the place over the course of the month, I'm just going to do one monthly giveaway. It's easier for me right now, and so that's how it's going to work. Now, I got this one more article. I touched on this subject I guess it was last summer, but I found a cooler article, and I'm doing this. This is actually a metal detecting article, not a coin article. But yesterday in Florida Thunder Digging with Rob's stream, he said something to the effect that I would be able to find a lot of coin articles, but probably not so much on metal detecting. So I've already done several on metal detecting going back into the 1940s. This one, however, is from 2006. But it's since we've been sitting here talking about music, let's talk about a famous metal detectorist who happens to be a musician. And I don't mean just any old musician. I mean, this guy is like part of the biggest of the big. This guy is infamous. He's not just famous, he is infamous. And we are going to discuss Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones, who is an avid metal detectorist. And I have several articles about Bill Wyman and his detecting. But I found this one I had not seen before, so I thought I would share it with y'all. And it's called Digging a Different Rock. And it came from the Toronto, Ontario, Canada National Post back in November of 2006. And now I'm going to have to do a little adjusting here, I think, because it's tiny and I can't read so hot. So let me go over here and hike the size of this up a little bit so the old lady eyeballs will read it. And it says, Bill Wyman was never so much interested in the sex, drugs, and rock and roll days with the Rolling Stones. Well, maybe the sex part. The Digging a Different Rock. Former Rolling Stone is more interested in finding artifacts than being one. And it's written by Tom Leonard. It says, if you can remember Bill Wyman's 70th birthday party a few weeks ago, it doesn't mean you weren't there. It just means you were the host. The former Rolling Stone bass player remembers every detail of the bash, just as he does the swingin' 60s. Hunched over a mug of tea as he sits on a battered couch in his recording studio in southwest London, Wyman reels off the guest list with his famously archivist attention to detail. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of people. I'm going to skip over a lot of this. I will have the article posted, but I really want to get to the metal detecting part because my voice is starting to go out a little bit. It says, in previous interviews, Wyman has flitted from moaning about how he was treated like a hired hand by the other Stones to enthusing about what great guys they are. Today, the birthday boy is favorably inclined. They couldn't be there because they were on tour. No, not at all. I miss Charlie Watts. He's my best mate, but not at all. And it talks more about the Rolling Stones, and then it goes into something different. Says, a lot of things of Wyman's life are very nice or very pleasant. Also considered the most grounded Stone, he avoided the epic drink and drug consumptions, even if he made up for it on the groupie front. Wyman has adjusted to the post-rock star life with predictable ease. He's never been happier. He has a young family and he has his hobbies, or as he calls them, projects. Boy, does he have projects. If kicking off an interview with a former Rolling Stone and reported sex god by giving a breakdown of the band's present given arrangement seems a little pedestrian, quite frankly, the alternative was discussing the archaeology scene at the Bury St. Edmunds area. The latter topic took up a good chunk of our hour and a half together after I showed more than a passing interest in a leaf-shaped flint arrowhead he had discovered last year. Wyman is like the convent-educated schoolgirl who is let loose into the flesh pots of Soho, only in reverse. I'm sorry, I'm running out of breath. I'm trying to get to the part about his metal detecting because it's really interesting. This may not actually be the article that I wanted, but he's an odd stone out in other ways, while the rest with whom he parted 13 years ago seem to look older and older the more they cling to their rock and roll image. Wyman looks a good deal younger. Granted, his hair is dyed a bizarre plum color, but his face is far less lined. He chain smokes, clutching each cigarette. Anyway, it goes on in here about that, but it doesn't really go into what I really wanted to go into, which Wyman is an avid, and I mean avid metal detectorist, to the point that he got with another company and has actually designed his own metal detector. This guy he has finds that are in museums all over England, and unlike the rest of the Stones who are still out partying and trying to maintain themselves as being 30-year-olds, this guy is out there with us. He's walking around in the fields. He's digging up relics, which he in the part of England that he lives in, most of the things you cannot keep. They are considered to belong to the country. But this is probably, to me, the most famous celebrity metal detectorist that I have found. So if anybody has found anybody more of a celebrity in our group, please let me know, because right now I think Bill Wyman is the prize winner of celebrity metal detectorists. And he gets out there and he's really interested in archaeology and finding the preserving the relics of the area in which he lives. I think it's awesome. And if y'all can find, this is going to be a little challenge, if y'all can find a celebrity metal detectorist who is more of a celebrity than a Rolling Stone, y'all let me know, because we'll do an article on them. We'll try to get them on the show. Since my voice is starting to give out, and whoever said liquids, yeah, my coffee has given out. That's part of the issue. We're going to go, but I do need to remind everybody it is Monday, so at 5 o'clock Eastern, here on the channel, we have our regular Monday evening Lodo coin collecting show. I got to run down and get the pennies from the car wash. I got some other things we're going to look at on the Lodo show. And there will be more opportunities to get signed up for the contest during that event. So y'all come back here 5 o'clock Eastern, and by then my voice should be better. We should have a whole deck of coinage down here. We'll have the scope out. We will be getting the job done. We have a state quarter book that we've been working on for a while that I believe is now only missing 2 quarters. Double check that. Hopefully we will fill this. If we fill this, oh, we're missing 5 quarters. I'm sorry, we're missing Alabama, Arkansas, North Dakota, Washington, and Utah. Now these are all car wash quarters. So we soon as we fill that up, that's going to be part of a giveaway. I've also got a penny book missing 2 pennies that I'm working on to give away. So I hope everybody learned something interesting this morning and had a good time, and didn't say anything nasty about anybody, and got your warning about the trolls, and so there we go. We will see y'all later on today, and I hope everybody had a good weekend, didn't eat too many chocolate bunnies or any of that stuff. I did not have a single chocolate bunny this year. I didn't do the Easter thing. But anyway, there you go. That was the news with Susie Smart. We'll have some more tomorrow. I'm hoping that by the end of the week I have this one really interesting one put together. I'm going to try to be a little more organized. So y'all have a wonderful day. If you can get out and do some detecting or do some coining, please do so. And I will see y'all 5 o'clock Eastern. Thank you so much for popping in with me, having my coffee, and talking about things the way they used to be. Because it's not always like it seems. Everybody thought last year, oh, this is the big coin shortage. Turns out they've been saying there's a big coin shortage since 1959. But I'm still out there detecting them, so I don't believe them. All right, gang. We'll see ya. Thanks for stopping in. You are so much appreciated. Bye-bye for now. It's Susie Q96, signing off.